So I was supposed to be working on the cabinet that I was working on in the kitchen. I was going to put the slides in today, the one right there, but I ordered the wrong slides. When I ordered them, I was kind of tired, wasn't paying attention, and what I got was undermount slides. Actually, undermount slide. Instead of two to go on either side of the drawer, I got one that goes underneath, like that. That's not the drawer. This is kind of a happy accident. There's 4 drawers, actually 5 drawers, in the house that have under drawer slides. They're the cheapest, worst slides they could ever make. They have a piece of plastic on the end. They have a piece of plastic on the end, and the ears will break off if you get too much weight in it. So the happy accident is I have the slides to fix that problem. All but one of the drawers. The one drawer that I gotta fix that I don't have one for is the one we use for all our utensils all the time, and I guess I'll just have to have another happy accident and order another one of these. I ordered 4. I needed 5 if I was gonna do this. So anyway, to do this, I have to change that piece on the end of that out for half of this. So let's get going on that, and I will show you the process of changing the part on the drawer, and then we will go upstairs and I will change the part on the drawer, and then I will put it in and show you what it looks like when we're done, and then I'll have 3 more to do that I probably just won't do and film. First off, we have to take this thing off. It's stapled and screwed on. Don't ask me why they stapled it on as well. I don't know. Staple's gone. Now that that's gone, we need to open this. So I've already read the instructions, and the way this thing works is this thing gets screwed down to the bottom. This thing gets screwed to the back of the cabinet with it mounted in here, like so. That holds the back, and then the front of this thing gets screwed down to where the old rail was on this thing, which I still have to remove. It's a friction fit. Just so you see what I'm doing here. We have the instructions, which like I said, I'd already read. The one with the single hole goes to the front of the drawer, and the one with the multi-holes, which doesn't line up with my drawer because the drawer is smaller than the cavity. This drawer could be like that much wider or longer. It's not. So this goes in there. I have to drill a hole at the end of it to make it work. And I gotta figure out where I did my drill bit. There it is. So I got our drill bit. And we got our spot where we need to drill it, right here. To make sure that I have it in the right spot, what I do is I flip the drawer over. I sit that like that. And I make sure that I have enough room to drill in. Get it started like that. Move the drawer out of the way. And we drill it. I don't want all these metal filings everywhere. Especially in my shop where I walk around barefoot once in a while. We throw them away. Now, turning this thing back over, we get our tape measure. And we got to figure out how wide this drawer is. And it should be just like the last one, that it's centered in 7 inches, and it's not. It's a little bit wider. So it's going to be 7 1/8 inches. So we get our pencil. And I mark 7 1/8 inches. Make sure it's the same width on the back. Yep, 7 1/8. Actually, it's a 7 1/16. So then, to make sure I'm getting it lined up right through the whole thing, this thing's 1 inch wide, so I mark it 1/2 inch wider than it is. And if I did it right, this thing should, when I lay it on there, be able to see the pencil mark on either side. And if I measure it, it should be like 6 1/2. Six 3/8. And there it is. Let's mark that. Okay, that's where I want it. Same thing on the back side. Okay, there's where it's going to mount. Now, all things being stupid, the drawers are deeper than this, that I have to put a piece of wood behind this to lift it up. About the thickness of this piece of wood. Maybe a little thinner. So I gotta go find a chunk of wood that I can plane down to this size. A little too thick. All right, we're gonna have to find something that's slightly thinner than this. And this is, need to find something about 3/16. I could just plane this down or sand it down, but it's plywood. Might be able to use it on the other ones. Let's see. Okay, so let me go find a piece of wood and we'll be right back. All right, I found a piece of wood. It's a little thick, but we'll fix that. I've got the table saw set up to the 1-inch width. I need 3 of these because I got more to do. So we're going to cut off 3 strips off this. And then we're going to sand them down to the size we need. Well, at least one of them. And since I got to order another one, I'm going to make a 4th one for that other one. Now that we got them all cut to size, we need to cut them to length. I will do them one at a time as I need them. Right there. And there's our first one. Now I have to sand it down to the thickness I need, 3/16. Perfect. So now that we have the board to the right thickness, yeah, perfect. I have to drill a hole up there in the board so that it has some, so I don't crack the wood. I have to drill a hole. So let me get my drill. All right, getting grease on me. Drill a hole in the end of this. And drill a hole in the end of this. They're not structural, it's just a spacer. I'm going to use one of the old screws in this end. Going to line it up. And drive this screw in. Okay. Then we line this one up. We drive it in. And then we got to see if we have an interference problem. If we have an interference problem, I have to find a different screw. All right, it's installed. Now I need to go put this on the cabinet upstairs, and I won't be able to film that one too easy. I did the first one. I'll show you the first one. The bottom drawer was a lot easier. I had some really bad camera angles. So that's how the drawer slides mounted to the bottom of the drawer and adjusted for the height of the slide, because the gap in the bottom is a lot bigger on this thing. I could have just sanded the sides of the drawer down. That's too much work. Where comes the fun part. I gotta take all these drawers out so I can see what I'm doing in here. Let's put this one down where we can reach it when we need it. I have to take this old one off, which the bottom one might be easy because it's all just screwed in there. The upper ones might be a little tougher. And let's see how this works. My problem is getting down on the floor and working stuff. Hey, look, there's stuff in behind here. Wonder if Donna's missing this stuff. I'll have to vacuum this out before I'm done. So there's a clip in the back and a screw in the front. Take this screw out. Might have to reuse it, not sure. All right, so back there is another one of those clips. I think it's stapled down. So I got everything cleaned out. I got all this other rail off. Now I need to find center in the back. So I'm going to start by measuring and make sure the front is centered. If I can find my tape measure. All right, let's see if we can get this thing screwed back in and centered. Wait a minute, wrong screw. It won't work with that one. I gotta get the little ones. Sorry about the sound. I have the microphone on the floor. So, because I can't wear it under my shirt while I'm doing this. All right. Let's get this one. All right, that's been centered. I need to measure and make sure the back is centered. Seven and a half there. Right there, 7.5. Look at that. Now I gotta find a smaller, shorter bit for this. I don't think I can get that in with this. Maybe I can. Let's even get the camera up a little closer. Alright, it's screwed in. I'm going to try it with the drawer before I put any more screws in. Alright, so let's grab our drawer. Look at that. Perfect. All right, take it back out. Let's add 2 more screws, one here and one there. And I'm only doing the 2 screws on the bottom of this one because I don't have the back bracket in. I'm going to get a shorter bit.